Good evening and welcome to a special edition of the Channel 4093 Evening News. I'm Max Duncan and this is Sven Kamahamaha. Tonight we will continue our report on the past 18 years and its effects on today. We will start our program with a report on the Mexican intervention from our colleague William Habershire.
Thank you, Max. As you remember, in April 1914, 2 U.S. soldiers were detained in the city of Tampico for 1.5 hours, then they were released. A formal apology was sent to our government, although we saw it as an insult, enraging President Wilson, who then sent our Navy to occupy the city of Veracruz and teach them a lesson. Our occupation eventually stopped in November of the same year because both Chile and Brazil helped to resolve the arguments. The Mexican intervention was the first of many reoccurring involvements in Latin America. This story will continue with an overview of the Roosevelt Corollary and its effect on Latin America.
Get out of my way!
Distracts me. The Roosevelt Corollary had another huge impact on our foreign policy. It was enacted by President Roosevelt in 1904 and continued by both President Taft and Wilson. This policy was used to further enforce the Monroe Doctrine around the world. This stated that European powers should stay out of the Western Hemisphere affairs. With the newly enacted policy, the United States quickly became in Latin American affairs. Through this, we hope to protect the canal and promote regional stability. An example might be our protectorates established in Cuba and Panama. And now to an exclusive interview with Alfred Mahan.
Who's a tank? I'm a tank! Nice hat.
Welcome, Alfred. I'm Sven, and I'm going to be interviewing for you for Channel 4093 News.
It's a pleasure to be here, chap.
So, I heard you wrote a book. Why don't you tell us what it's called and maybe a little bit about it?
Yes, indeed. I wrote a book about sea power and control. I believe the name of it was Influence of Sea Power on History. Yes, that's it.
What's it about?
It is about how whoever controls the seas controls the world.
Very interesting. So you believe that the United States should start building naval bases around the world?
Exactly. The more naval bases we have, then the more we can navigate trade and protect our sacred domain.
The term imperialist has been closely associated with your name. Any comments?
Why, yes. I've heard it in many ways, but words on power have obviously impacted people, but I do believe that control and security over a large ratio of land will greatly broaden U.S. integrity.
So you are confirming that you are an imperialist?
Confirming my belief in imperialism isn't relevant, but the U.S. must expand to gain control and obtain maximum security. However, those traits are simply some of the advantages that expansion will bring. Trade and commercialism would increase the demand for naval growth and expansion.
Such strong will within you. Don't you believe that other countries will try doing the same? The Germans now have a copy of your book about every ship.
Well, considering they read the book and see what the U.S. is trying to do, the Germans might expand and try and sink our ships just to cut off trade with other countries.
So, are you saying that this could lead to war?
Well, you certainly must be rich in peacetime and unbeatable in wartime.
Very true. Well, it was nice talking to you, Mr. Alfred Mahan.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
I'm Sven for Channel 4093 News, and this was an interview with Alfred Mahan.
And now to a quick commercial break.
Hey! Do you want to kill Germans?
Yeah!
Then join the army!
Okay.
You will kill so many Germans. 400 Germans! Top score! Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Welcome back. The Panama Canal was a great economic and engineering achievement in the early 1900s. For more insight on the canal, we will go to our field correspondent, Susan McCoy.
You are correct, Sven. The canal was a great economic and engineering achievement for the United States. Our interest in the canal started in the Spanish-American War, where it revealed military advantages. We also began to see the economic benefits it could bring to both our country and the world. President Roosevelt proposed a plan to the Colombian government to build the canal, although they rejected it. In response, Roosevelt says, "You can no more make an agreement with them than you could nail currant jelly to the wall. As a result, Roosevelt was persuaded by a Frenchman, Bernal Varilla, who had an idea to create the Republic of Panama. So with America's support, the Republic of Panama was created, and with the help of Bernal Varilla's treaty, we were granted the U.S. 5 miles from each bank to create a canal. With a cost of over $387 billion over a 10-year period, America was finally coming of age in the world. Back to you guys.
Bah, bah.
Wow, I can't believe how much money it took to build the canal.
I know, it's insane.
Dollar diplomacy was the path that President Taft chose during his presidency. This had an impact on the U.S.'s economic affairs, both foreign and domestic. This policy was to promote American economic interests throughout the world. Through this policy, we tried to eliminate European loans and replace them with loans from American banks. The U.S. also bought out multiple banks from countries in Latin America, such as Haiti's, Nicaragua's, and the Dominican Republic's national banks, which all used to have European interests prior to our buyout.
President Wilson chose the path of moral diplomacy during his presidency. Wilson wished to help Latin American countries through human rights instead of material interests. He hoped to mend Colombian affairs after the Panama Canal through an apology. Wilson also sent Marines around Latin America to eliminate revolutions and to protect their civilians.
America has started to intervene in several places such as Latin America and a few in Europe. One of those being the intervention in World War I. Let's go to our field correspondent William Habershire on the front lines of World War I.
I'm here in the midst of World War. Bloodshed, death, there's everything you can possibly imagine. And it's terrible out here. As you can see, people are firing like crazy. Just waiting for whatever. I don't even know. I have no words to describe what's going on right now.
They're coming from behind! Unacceptable.
Did he just get died?
I think so, Sven. Well, we dedicate this show in loving memory of William Habershire. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. The Roosevelt Corollary was a policy enacted by President... Well, President wasn't crap.
Roosevelt? I just realized what is wrong with this.
What's wrong with it?
I'm Sven Kamahamaha, and this is an in-depth investigation.